That night was the wildest, most intimate and thrilling experience of my life. It began like any ordinary family gathering, the kind we'd all attended countless times before. My sister, Amara, had thrown a small celebration for her youngest, Emily, who had just turned 18. The house buzzed with chatter, laughter, and the clinking of silverware as guests helped themselves to cake and drinks. Emily had always been a quiet kid, but over the past year, she'd transformed, taller, more confident, and unexpectedly charming. She moved through the crowd, thanking everyone for their gifts. My husband, Mark, was in the living room with my brother-in-law, sipping beers and talking football, while I slipped into the kitchen for a moment of quiet. The kitchen had always been my sanctuary in that house. Sunlight poured through the big windows, making everything feel warm and inviting. I busied myself washing a few dishes, the muffled sounds of conversation and laughter drifting in from the other room. As I dried my hands, I heard footsteps behind me. "Hey, Aunt Jennifer." I turned to see Emily standing in the doorway, a shy smile on her face. "Oh, Emily, how's the birthday girl?" I teased, playfully nudging her arm. She chuckled, leaning against the counter beside me. "I'm good. It's just a little overwhelming. I guess I'm not used to all this attention." There was something different about her, the way her eyes lingered a little too long, the way she stood closer than usual. I brushed it off, chalking it up to her newfound maturity. We made small talk, her plans after high school, her summer job at the coffee shop, her hopes for college. But there was an unspoken tension in the air, something I couldn't quite ignore. Then, just as we were about to rejoin the party, Emily hesitated. "Aunt Jennifer, can I tell you something?" Her voice was soft, uncertain. "Of course, Emily. What's on your mind?" She nodded, then took a deep breath. "Aunt Jennifer, it's you." I froze. "What do you mean?" She stepped closer, her voice barely above a whisper. I've been in love with you for a while. I didn't know how to tell you, but I couldn't keep it inside anymore. The world seemed to tilt beneath me. My breath caught, the sounds of the party fading into a dull hum. This couldn't be real. Emily, my niece, the girl I'd babysat, helped with homework, was standing in front of me, confessing feelings for me. "Emily," I finally managed, my voice shaky. "You don't know what you're saying." But she didn't back down. Her eyes locked onto mine, full of a terrifying sincerity. "I know exactly what I'm saying. I felt this way for a long time." I shook my head, stepping back. "This isn't right, you're confused. I'm your aunt." "I know how it sounds," she insisted, her voice firm. "But I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 18 and I know what I want." The way she said it, so short, so certain, nerved me. This wasn't some fleeting crush. She meant every word. I had to shut this down. "Emily, you have to understand. This is wrong. I'm family. You need to move on." I thought that would be the end of it. That she'd take some time, realize it was just a passing emotion, and we'd go back to normal. I was wrong. The next few days were tense. Emily stopped coming around as much. We'd always been close. She'd drop by for dinner, call me for advice, but after that night, she disappeared. Her absence left an odd emptiness, but I told myself it was for the best. Maybe she needed space. Then one evening, my phone buzzed. "Can we talk, please?" My heart pounded. Part of me wanted to ignore it, but another part, the part that still cared, couldn't. "Okay, come over tomorrow, 7 p.m. The next day dragged by in a haze of nerves. When Emily arrived, she wasn't the hesitant girl from before. She stood tall, her gaze steady, an intensity in her eyes that sent a shiver down my spine. "Aunt Jennifer," she said softly, stepping inside. "I've tried to forget what I feel, but I can't." I opened my mouth to argue, but she cut me off. "Please, just listen." Reluctantly, I nodded. "I know this is wrong. I know you think I'm confused, but it's not a phase. I've loved you for a long time. I've tried to fight it, but I can't. Her words stunned me. She wasn't backing down. Emily, I said firmly, you're 18. You have your whole life ahead of you. These feelings will change. She shook her head. I'm not a child. I know what I want. I stood, putting space between us. This isn't just about us. We're family. This can't happen. But then she said the one thing I wasn't prepared for. You can't tell me you don't feel something too. My breath hitched. That tiny hesitation, that split second where I didn't deny it, was all she needed. I saw it, she whispered. That night in the kitchen, you hesitated, just like you're hesitating now. Before I could respond, she stepped closer, her fingers brushing my arm. I'm not asking for anything, she murmured. I just needed you to know.